I gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running around chasing you, but I won't. Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too. If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive, live. If you hadn't run away every time I asked you stay, you would sleep right next to me tonight. No, you didn't want me, all you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my way. I found your magic and your side chicks, I'm a winner, babe. No, you didn't win this, it's a part of the game. In the beginning I just didn't know that you're an enemy I held too close.
Hey, everybody. By the way, shout out to Ebony DeBest. Thank you so much for sharing my video of Miguel Wilson asked the local jail to make sure that Martell Holt's suit dimensions are right. Thank you for that share. Love you. Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Pit Stop. Everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. Once again, everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. Once again, everything on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. So, child, last time we talked about Nene Leakes and Carlos King. Oh, yes, I'm stretching this thing out all the way to August 1st. Because that's when part 2 will be dropping, and I know that everybody's looking forward to it. And for some of you, you're like, okay, I want to take it in increments. I'm your guy, I'm your man, I'm your brother right here. I'm nephew, okay? So last time we talked here on YouTube, we talked about John and Nene, that, you know, John and Nene dated, but that he didn't meet all the requirements. So here we go with part 3 of part 1. Here we go. So Nene said that she would like to date. She said that she believes that there should just be 1 star per household, because at the end of the day, there could be jealousy there. I can get where Nene's coming from the point of view of where she is in her life, that because she has been on reality TV and all that stuff, it can be overwhelming. So to be kind of a support for her would be important. And she says that you have to have a bag, you have to make more money than her. So, you know, I guess, you know what I mean? I feel that, you know, honestly, for example, there's this young lady that I found through Facebook dating, and she's absolutely gorgeous. And she seems to be about her business. She's in media, and she's very creative, and I feel like I could be equally yoked with her. You know, if she wanted to become a star, and I was already doing radio, TV, and everything else, 2 stars can be in 1 household, I think. And I'm saying that because at the end of the day, if me and my wife's dream are similar, then we have a understanding with each other that makes our relationship easier to navigate. So that's just me. I think the 1 star per household really does depend on your relationship, and sometimes it's better to have 2 stars in the household, because guess what? You know, whatever you need in terms of resources and support, your wife will have you, and vice versa, your husband will have you, or wifey, hubby, you know what I mean, if you roll that way. So the Nene's wedding special is the first executive producer credit that Carlos King got in his career, and there was a moment at the wedding special where Nene closed the door on Carlos and the producers, but she just needed a moment because everything else was so public. She just wanted 5 minutes to herself, and of course, you know, slamming the door at someone's face on camera doesn't look good, but also too, I can understand, you know, you just need a moment to reset. So we get to one of the most famous lines from the Nene Leakes: "Close your legs to married men." But Nene was dating someone who was married and was going through a divorce. And so, Carlos asked, do you feel like it was hypocritical? And she was like, no, I don't think it was. And she said that sitting there with Carlos King, that the guy that she was talking to um, is officially single. So, because there was allegedly a lawsuit from the ex-wife for alienation of affection. So, in some states, you can sue for alienation of affection. That means they're not loving you, they're not caring about you, they're not invested in the relationship, and it is a real thing. It's called alienation of affection. So, they talk about Kim Zolciak and Big Papa. And so, Big Papa never got divorced, according to Nene. And so Nene saw Big Papa and a woman named Kimberly. So it goes to show you that, at the end of the day, everybody is still doing what they want to do that works for them regardless of the circumstances, right? So then we get to Yanni. Because when Greg passed away, right, and I cannot imagine what it is to have your partner pass away. That's a whole nother life that believed in you and loved you and evolved with you. That's a child, that's a heartbreak I don't wish on my worst enemy. And trust me, there are some people that deserve exactly what they get, but we gotta have standards, requirements, and limits. Everybody, okay, just gonna keep it real with all of you. So Yanni helped her get through Greg's passing. They were really just friends during Greg's passing. They weren't really anything official. So Nene and Yanni are taking a break right now. And they're taking a break because Nene is just saying that, things are not working out in terms of personality, space, requirements. She has things that she wants. He has things that he wants. And they're not being able to come to an agreement of what they both need. So the next relationship, she said that she wants to make it private. I do agree with that because at the end of the day, she said that this one relationship with Yanni was way more public than with Greg. And that, she wants it private because she just believes that everything else is public. There should be something private for her. And, I agree with that. Like I said, I want to go into radio, I want to go into TV, I want to go into podcasting, I want to do, live events, right? I want to host my own New Year's Eve show one day, God willing. And I do believe that because I put myself in the public eye, that means that I put myself in the public eye. So you can ask questions about me. But when it comes to my relationship with my girlfriend, my fiance, my wife, or my kids, I will only talk about them and showcase them if they want to be seen. Because at the end of the day, in the words of Dolly Parton's mom, you do need to save a little piece for you. And I think we need to do that more often. Not everything has to be shared on social media. And not to mention, too, the less people that are in your business, the more room you have to work out your issues. So that's just my point of view. Like I already told y'all, Nene wants her next man to make more money than her. The 2 stars per household thing. Just told y'all about that. I'm just repeating it because it's in my notes, child. And Carlos asks, do you think that Yanni's using her for fame? And Nene says, not using her for fame, but is not hating on it. And so it's that double standard of, okay, listen, you seeming to want to be around me all the time for just this one thing, right? And she said that Greg was one of one, that she will never find another love like that one because, like I said before, Nene and Greg grew up in their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s. And that is a deep love that, had time to, grow into something, evolve, and also it was able to move in different shapes, forms, and fashions. You know what I mean? And I can totally understand what she's saying when it comes to that, because at the end of the day, I genuinely believe that when you have given a love that strongly, it should be about what needs to matter, right? So that's what that is, right? So Carlos, Los, brother, Carlos wants Nene to have a garden tool phase, a 304 phase. Child, I cannot. He wants her to get men, get bags, get loaded in more ways than one, and have a good time. And I'm like, child, first of all, how old is Nene Leakes? Like, let's look. And she looked fabulous. So it is not about that, y'all. I just want age for perspective. Okay, she's 55 years old, getting closer to 60. Her black is not cracking though. I mean, with Nene, the greatest love of her life is gone due to cancer. God rest Greg. So he seemed like a very good man from the videos that I have seen of him. And, I think she has some time to, do what she needs to do to collect herself. And she said that she's wanted today because ever since she's been outside, that she's always had, a boyfriend, right? And so I feel like, and far be it for me to speak for Nene Leakes, but I think at 55, I think she really wants somebody to just ride this into the roller coaster ride of life with. I really do. I don't think she has to have that. I'm just like, child, if she, and she's 55, so she's constantly aware of what she needs to do. But I just thought that was irresponsible. You could have said, have a yes me phase. You know what? Be selfish for you. Go on trips once a month. You have the money. Just. Or you know what? Honestly, Nene, if you really want to do it, just do, Nene Leakes' dating podcast. You have different suitors come on to the podcast. You fly them in and you sit down with them for a full hour. You get to really know them for who they are. I don't know why no one has done that. I'm not going to do Who Wants to Date a Brain Lee podcast. Well, in the words of Justin Timberlake and Jaden Smith, never say never. Because first of all, it would be good content. Number two, I would be very, very genuine. And number three, no one episode would ever be the same, right? So you have that. And then, of course, some people wondering, is Nene broke? Nene says she is not broke. She is not broke. And then we get to... yeah, I think that's where we're going to stop for now. I think that's where we're going to stop because I have more 29th, 30th, 31st. So I gotta make this thing last for 3 more days with this video series. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. I really hope you are. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I want all of you to have a wonderful day. Love yourself. Love the people around you, but most of all, just see that the impossible is possible. If you separate I'm possible, that's all it is. It's I'm possible. You know what I mean? So it is all good. And at the end of the day, y'all, life is too short. And just know that there's, in the words of Tyler Perry, higher is waiting for you. So that's all I wanted to say. Know what you do and do what you know. This has been another edition of Brain Leakes Virtual Tour Pit Stop. One love, much love, all love. Bye, 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 bye.
I gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running around chasing you, but I won't. Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too. If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive. life. If you hadn't run away, every time I asked you stay, you would sleep right next to me tonight. No, you didn't want me, all you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my ways. I found your magic and your side chicks, I'm a winner, babe. No, you didn't win this, it's a part of the game. In the beginning I just didn't know that you're an enemy I held too close. Now I'm